Sejam bem-vindos à ESECTV, um magazine cultural sobre a cidade de Coimbra, produzido pela Escola Superior de Educação. Nesta edição, destaque para o concerto dos Tindersticks em Coimbra, através de uma conversa íntima com o líder do grupo, Stuart Staples.
Action.
Os Tindersticks regressaram a Portugal para alguns concertos de apresentação do novo álbum, The Waiting Room, sobre a mesma comovente estrada de emotiva beleza e delicadeza. Sempre souberam marcar o caráter e individualidade entre cada registro discográfico. É o primeiro álbum de estúdio depois do aclamado The Something Rain e é também um dos mais ambiciosos, diverso e elaborado que ouvimos dos Tindersticks nos últimos anos. Em Coimbra, Stuart Staples recebeu-nos para uns minutos de conversa, onde falou de cinema, inspirações, canções e sobre a sua vida poética enquanto músico.
Hey Lucinda, you come out drinking with me tonight. The summer's almost gone. Hey Lucinda, time's running out. Hey Lucinda, our time is running out.
25 years is quite a landmark. How and through which way have the Tindersticks been paving the way throughout all these years?
I think it's all been about small ideas, waking up, feeling a song in your head, something you want to explore. It's like little steps, and suddenly you look behind and it's a long time that you've a long distance that you've covered with those little steps, but it's always about an idea, an idea that you want to grasp. I think naturally, that myself and Neil and David, we share a kind of a restless spirit, and I think that just naturally makes us not want to be in the same place we've been before. And I don't think we ever sit and say, hey, we're not doing this anymore, we need to do this. So it just kind of gradually kind of mutates, I think.
I found love before I could identify it. I found grace before I could be mystified by it. I never even saw it around the place. I was looking to be enlightened by you, 'cause I'm a second chance man, a last chance stand. Here I'm a second chance man, a last chance stand.
I think when you can play music and bring barriers away from this is the stage, these are the lights, but it's about people in a room together, connecting, making something together. I think that's when music is really alive. I never think about a specific place, but I do think about a journey that's satisfying. I think we make records. The last two records we've made, we've understood the whole before we've understood all of the details. So there is a shape, but maybe that shape doesn't have colour, and maybe it doesn't have words at the beginning, but it has a definite shape of what it's trying to be. Maybe 10, 12 years ago, we were kind of swamped by nostalgia, I think, you know, and I think from then it's all been about progression, the moment, what you feel now, and the music being that. I think nostalgia, you know, having anniversaries, things like that, you have to be very careful because it's very powerful. You know, your past is very powerful, I think, and you have to always keep an eye on, and I don't just mean us, I mean anybody, you know, about this moment and how you feel this moment, what that means to you, how you respond to it. So I've been told so many times that our music is melancholic, so it must be true.
Here I'm a second chance man, a last chance.
And what are you feeling now? What are the Tindersticks feeling now as a band? At this time and place?
I think at this time and place we're coming to the end of a year of playing our songs from the waiting room in many concerts, and so I think there is a feeling for me of a sadness to leave it behind, because I think it's something that we really care about and it binds us together, but at the same time we're all desperate to think about making something new.
Darling, in this life, I'm tucking to the shadows. Can you recognize what we once loving? What we once loving? Remember the feeling, the fingertip, tracing the shape of my mouth between my teeth, lips down a line that's whispered, forgotten sigh, the secrets fading.
I suppose I've come to realise that there is a huge visual element to the way that I think about music. I kind of imagine atmospheres, imagine feelings that I try and capture within music, and musicians they play and they respond and they enjoy it, and I think when that can come together, it can make something that's really great. I think it's about, to me, I think songs, when they're successful, is about capturing a moment rather than trying to have a narrative of something that begins here and ends here. I think the words are, they're like the hardest thing to hold that moment within, you know. The great thing about music is you can respond, you know, like you can walk up to an instrument and you can touch it in the way that you feel at that moment. You don't have to think it through. You don't have to say, this is what this is. I think if you're going to make an album, you have to be true to an album as an art form. You can't just say, this is a collection of songs anymore. It's too particular, it's too niche, you know. It's like, you know, we all have, you know, thousands of MP3s on our computers, of bits of music here and there, I think if you're going to make the effort to make an album, you need to have something to say. It's like making a movie. You know? I think it's whether you need to have to create a satisfying experience as a whole. I think space is important in the actual idea itself, because I think then with space in ideas there is an ambiguity and there is a question mark, and that question mark then becomes engaging when you're listening to it. It's not saying, okay, this is this, you understand it, you know what this is. It's like it kind of asks you to make up your own mind about what's going on. So I think that I mean, we have a song that we will play tonight that's 25 years old. We don't play many songs, but there's a song from our second album called She's Gone.
Gone, and it's quiet now. Took a mother with her, left town.
And when I wrote that song, it's a mixture of how I felt about my wife and my newly born daughter, and so I've never been able to understand it. So I've never been able to pinpoint what it is about that song that keeps me fascinated by it. And so I keep coming back, because it's never about my wife, it's never just about my daughter. It's this strange space in between how I feel about both of them, and it becomes ambiguous. There's a space in the intent of the song that allows us to keep going back to it, I think. If I wanted to make a definitive statement about the waiting room, I would have made it myself. You know, I mean, I think that or to make a visual statement about it. But I think that this was an opportunity, a collaboration with a short film festival, a way to invite people to collaborate with us. And so I think out of this came this lots of great new relationships and some great work, I think. I mean, I think some of the films that were made were really fantastic.
This is how he entered.
I don't really think about things as genres. I think about people who have something to say, you know, and that what they have to say connects with me. And when I'm in that space, I feel as though I'm talking to somebody, whether that's a director who works in this genre or that genre, or with a musician, a writer. It's the same kind of thing, you know. I don't think about genres too much.
Do you believe that there's some kind of connection between what we call fado and saudade and your type of work, what you do on stage?
I think that both of those things are a product of what's inside you, and I think we connect with, I think, in a certain way. When we first came here, we were shocked by the connection. So I think it does have a connection, but I think what is connected is the kind of what's deep-rooted, you know, inside Portuguese people. I don't know. I think I think it's the sea, isn't it? And I think what fado comes from, the sense of longing of you know, like something that brings, you know. I think which I'm from the inland of, you know, of my relationship with the sea. I'm a tourist, you know. I wish I wasn't, but that's true. So.
Good hope tonight. Steamy. Turn over. Turn. and close my eyes, dear. Sleep and wake up and close.
Making records, making recorded music is kind of it's kind of abstract in a way. I think when you play music directly for people, to people, with people, that's when the truth is there, the connection with people, and that doesn't change. That's something we enjoy, something we need to do. So it becomes very centered. I think, I don't know, maybe when you call something indie music, I think I take that as some kind of a spirit of something rather than a genre.
Can't think right and go home tonight. Steve.
And I think that there are, you know, I think music at the moment to me is more probably, for my taste, is more healthy than it's been for a long time. You know, there's lots of music being made that I you know, I engaged with, I love, you know, so which I wouldn't have said the same 5 years ago. So, you know, I'm desperate to be in the studio because I have no time to be in the studio this year. So, and next year, I'll be desperate to be out of the studio. So.
And wake up and close my eyes, dear. Sleep and wake up and close my eyes.
Fundamentally, if you make something, or you're the kind of person that has a need to make something, it's, I think, one of the hardest journeys is just staying true to what that is, the thing that keeps you needing to make something, you know, I think, and not to let it become diluted, not to let it become in the distance, or to fool yourself that something else is more important than this, you know, and I think so. Being true to that spark, I think, is the most important thing.
O Festival Caminhos do Cinema Português está quase a começar. Vítor Ferreira, diretor do festival, esteve no estúdio da ESECTV para apresentar a 22ª edição daquele que é o maior festival de cinema em português. De 19 a 26 de novembro, as mais recentes propostas do cinema nacional passam por este festival, que se apresenta em vários locais da cidade de Coimbra e agora também em Leiria. Estão convidados para o Festival Caminhos do Cinema Português em Coimbra, que começa já no próximo sábado, no Convento de Santa Clara a Nova.
22ª edição dos Caminhos do Cinema Português, de 19 a 26 de novembro, em Coimbra e Leiria.
Nós vamos ter a seleção Caminhos no festival, incluindo cartas de guerra.
O que é que o doutor está sempre a escrever nesse bloco?
Um romance.
Por outro lado, temos também a seleção ensaios, filmes de escolas, feitos por estudantes. Temos ensaios portugueses e também internacionais. Em relação aos ensaios portugueses, posso destacar O Amor é Lindo, porque sim, do Vicente Alves do O. com atores da escola de Art School.
Não sabias como é que havias de acabar comigo? E vais à procura de uma revista de gajas. Tens mamas maiores que as minhas?
Por acaso até são mais pequenas que as tuas, são assim em forma de pera.
Para! Parabéns, Belinha! Obrigada.
22ª edição dos Caminhos do Cinema Português, de 19 a 26 de novembro, em Coimbra e Leiria.
O festival tem, ao longo dos últimos anos, realizado um conjunto de extensões com a programação, ou com uma seleção da programação e dos filmes vencedores em diversas câmaras, em diversas localidades. Este ano, a Câmara de Leiria desafiou-nos a colocar parte da programação no seu território e o festival aceitou esse desafio, colocando em Leiria a competição das escolas de cinema, nacionais e internacionais, bem como uma reposição dos caminhos júniores para as escolas do primeiro ciclo de Jardins de Infância de Leiria e ainda uma reposição dos caminhos séniores para o público mais sénior da cidade. O nosso objetivo é mostrar cinema português a cada vez mais gente. Creio que com esta desterritorialização do festival, almejamos conseguir chegar a novos públicos e trazê-los a eles também para o consumo de cinema português.
Silêncio! Liga! Ligado! Raquete! 01B01, primeira vez. Venha!
Filme aquilo em que acredito. Procuro sempre a verdade. Para cada situação, para cada ideia, há apenas uma e só uma posição de câmara, um único ponto de vista, a moral de cada um. Assim é o plano Oliveira, irreproduzível, único, seu.
E assim terminamos esta edição. Obrigada pela vossa companhia. Marcamos encontro no próximo programa. Até lá podem acompanhar-nos online através dos nossos canais e redes sociais.